are, in fact, back. It feels good to be back. My God, it feels good to be back. I haven't seen the guy to my left, Big Ev, in like a month. Welcome back.
First time in the office in February.
I'm Brandon Walker. I'm the host of Pick Central, Barstool's daily gambling show, where we talk about the day's slate. We recap the bodies from the thrashing we usually take the night before, and we just talk about gambling. It's a gambler show for gamblers. Sports gambling is the best. Of course, that's Big Ev to my left. First time he's been in the office for a while. First time I've been in the office in a week. I was here last Monday, but this first time, of course, we had President's Day holiday yesterday. But now we are back. Pick Central is back on Barstool Sports and back on YouTube and back in a lot of other places, too, that we'll talk about very, very soon. Ben Mintz, to my right. Hollywood Mincy just made it in time.
Just in the nick of time?
Just made it. We were discussing, is he going to make it? Is he going to make it? And
did y'all bet on it?
We didn't bet on it.
Well, I knew you were in the building. I knew you were here.
Yeah.
Somewhere. And then you came flying down the stairs.
You came down the stairs and you took a right turn. I was like, well, nope, he's going to fail. Then you took an immediate left turn. So you realized your mistake.
Well, yeah, I think I'm still the new world of Pick Central starting promptly at 11:55 instead of noon. In my head, I think when I go in 11:55, I'm 5 minutes early, but I'm really barely making the nick of time. So we're gonna make it 11:50 from now on. So and go Parcells style.
How are you doing on the today's Fat Tuesday, right?
Yeah, well, that was what I was going to bring up. I'm wearing my New Orleans shirt, and I saw Ev and I are going to probably have a funny getting into it because he's going against New Orleans on Fat Tuesday today. And a pick I saw, well, my bad, I didn't mean to spoil it. But yeah, it's everywhere else in America. It's just Tuesday. But I will say this, Brandon, no Mardi Gras this year because of COVID. If you're not going to be able to have Mardi Gras, have an Arctic blast. It's freaking 15 degrees in South Louisiana. I mean, I feel like that's nature's way of saying, well, if you're not going to have Mardi Gras, we're just going to crap on you anyway. So
I for one, get some sort of sadistic feeling out of watching Mississippi in a deep freeze right now. First of all, I hope everybody's safe. I hope everybody takes care of it. But down south, we shut down when we get an inch of snow. And they've got ice and snow right now. They got a real mess, especially Texas. Texas is no joke. Texas got a real problem on their hands.
For Houston and Austin to get snow, because usually, like North Louisiana, Mississippi might catch some, but for the Gulf Coast to be catching it, very rare. And you just mentioned it. I mean, they don't know how to put salt on the roads. Nobody knows how to function in the South. If it's like ice or snow, everything shuts down because they have nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
I like how northern people will say, well, why don't you just salt the roads? Why don't you just use snow plows? We ain't got them.
Yeah.
We don't have them down there.
Yeah.
I see these snow plows up here. They know what to do. I will see like 10 inches of snow outside my house in New Jersey. I'm like, I'm not leaving my house for a month. And then the next day, I'm just riding down the road. It's as clean as it can be.
We got contract snow plowers. I mean, you might have years where these guys make a killing. You sign the contract before the year. It might snow 20 times. It might snow 2 times. They make it. We're just locked in and prepared because when I lived in South Carolina for a year and a half. I don't think it snowed when I was there, but they were the same way. Like if it's even just a little bit,
no school, no business, no restaurants, just nothing.
The magic number for snow in Mississippi is an inch. You get an inch, everything shuts down. That shuts the whole thing down. Anything over that, you shut down for like a week. But the thing is, you'll go if there's a snowstorm coming. You go to the grocery store 2 days before. There's no milk, no bread. We survive on bread sandwiches, apparently, or milk sandwiches, because it's ridiculous.
So when the snow, obviously, like if they get some snow, they've got to get rid of it somehow. Where does it come from? Are they bringing in reinforcements from the north, or where? Because they obviously, like you said, like you're just not prepared. You don't get it.
Well, it usually doesn't stay on the ground very long.
Because the way it's not cold.
Yeah,
it'll 40 or 50.
It'll get down to 30 or 25 and it'll snow, and then the next day it'll be 42. The next day after that it'll be 55, and it'll usually take care of itself.
So you kind of just wait for it to go away.
Yeah. So up here in New Jersey, like it snowed 3 weeks ago. I still have a whole lot of snow on my yard, and I'm ready for it to melt. I'm tired of it. Anyway, we're talking about that.
It just gets worse. You'll get more snow before it goes away.
Let's talk about my favorite subject, Brandon Walker. All right,
Brandon Walker on a heater here lately.
I
gotta say, the man's on a heater.
Man, what this thing has come together very quickly. First of all, podcast wrestling, my professional wrestling podcast. If you're listening to the show, you want to hear gambling. We're going to talk about that very, very shortly. Because Big Ev's on a heater himself in gambling.
I think I'm in the green now.
You are. You're the only guy.
Green.
You're the only guy in the green, and
I believe plus 0.6 units.
You were not deep in the red, but you were kind of deep in the red.
I think I was getting close to 10 units, so I'm fighting back.
So I got this wrestling podcast,
for you.
and it went live today. Episode 11 goes live today. We had an interview with NXT Dusty Classic champions Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. I was at NXT this weekend, and I went to NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day, which if you don't know what NXT is, it is a third wing of WWE. They got Monday Night Raw, they have SmackDown, and they have NXT. It is ostensibly a developmental territory, but it isn't really developmental because he's got a lot of guys that have been stars there for a while. So it is matured into its own entity, and it is for pure wrestling fans probably their favorite branch of WWE right now because it just exists in that space to give the mat heads and the crazy and insane hardcore fans of wrestling an outlet, and it's great. So I went to NXT in Orlando this weekend, and somebody says, Jerome Chris says, am I the only one who thinks Brandon's hair looks crazy? No, I understand. Nick came up to me just a second ago and said, did you skydive to work today? It kind of does what it wants to do these days. I'm trying to train it to do certain things, but I'm done
I feel
worried
like the
about
beanie,
it.
putting the beanie on kind of messes with everything when you're outside.
Well, I don't put beanies on.
You just wear a mask.
I
Okay.
just wear a mask. But yeah, it's not whatever. My hair is not a big deal.
You got the Barstool Fleischman's cut.
I got the Fleischman's cut.
Your hair was
KFC got it
NXT.
first, and now a few people went through that cut. We had office manager Brett Carabas had that cut. Now you've got the cut.
I think I may have to go get it then. Go to New York.
It's a great. It's a great haircut. Fleischman does wonderful work, and it looked very good the other day on the show. Nick Johnson says L.A. Knight made Brandon look stupid, and that's the kind of idiocy that I love. Do you think that was real? I mean, it was real, but I was standing there on a professional wrestling show, and a professional wrestler came out there and called me an awkward idiot and said I was stupid. That's what he's supposed to do. He's a bad guy. He's debuting as a heel. He's supposed to make me look stupid. And my reaction was, oh poor me. That's part of the business. That was awesome. When I was standing there and a wrestler makes his debut on NXT and he interrupts us and he calls me an awkward idiot and says I look confused and stupid, I was doing cartwheels on the inside because it was like, this is wrestling. This is everything about what I love, and he's just doing it to me. I'm on national TV getting insulted. This is great.
Now, did he insult everyone else in the panel, or just you?
everybody?
Okay.
He went out. There was a pro wrestler on the panel with us. He went after him, told him he'd take his ass
That's
out
fair.
of retirement, and it was great. So Brandon looks like Dracula after he's been feasting for a few months straight. I don't know if that one's a good joke, says Mel. I don't know. I've had a lot of Brandon looks like today. Some of them have been good. Some of them have been really bad. But I will read them because I do like him. Brandon looks like Paulie D. Who's Paulie D? Is that Jersey Shore?
Yeah.
I don't look like Paulie D.
Nah, you're not there. Not there.
Paulie D doesn't have.
His is too spike. You're slick. He's spike.
Yeah. So I went to NXT. I had a great time. It's a first-class organization. I met with Triple H. I sat with Triple H after the show and talked with him for 10, 15 minutes. I saw Shawn Michaels. I was able to talk to him for 10 minutes.
Awesome.
I went on so we went to bed Saturday night after our COVID test. We're cleared to go on the show. And when I went to bed Saturday night, I was scheduled for a 3-minute hit on the pre-show. 3 minutes. That's all they wanted. When I woke up Sunday morning, they had changed that. They now wanted me for 30.
There we go.
At 41 years old, I can go 3 minutes. I can't go 30. It's very rare that I can go 30 minutes, if ever. And I show up, I do the 30, and we knock it out, and it felt good. Everything felt pure. I hit all my spots. I said everything I wanted to say, and I was in my element. Like, I understand that world. I feel comfortable in that world. That world, not too different from this world.
Oh, very. I've said that since I got hired at Barstool. It's there's a lot of WWE elements.
Yeah, because it's
The drama
basically,
and
if
the-
you succeed here, it's because you've been able to amplify your personality up to 11.
Yeah.
It's you, but you got the volume turned all the way up. Like Dave, that's Dave, but he's got the volume turned all the way up. So does Big Cat, and that's wrestling. It's you, and you're coming across on camera, but you got it all the way maxed out. It doesn't go to 10; it goes to 11. So it was very comfortable. Brandon looks like the guy who eats sunblock from bench warmers. I never saw bench warmers. I know what it is.
Not a horrible. It's actually it's the guy who, I don't know the actor's name. He plays Napoleon Dynamite. It's
You like
no,
that
you-
one?
no, you do.
John Hader? John Hader?
I
Yes.
think that's his name.
That's his name.
Or the guy that eats sunblock. Oh no, that's Nick Schwartz and eats sunblock.
Nick Schwarzenegger. Well, yeah, I do. look like
In
Nick
bench
Schwartz.
warmers, he's the one. He doesn't leave his house.
Okay. Well, I've never seen bench warmers
He doesn't see the light of day.
because I am one of.
He's afraid of the sun. Like if he steps out into the sun, he freaks out and runs in his closet.
Well, you seem to really be a bench warmers expert.
I've just seen the movie.
All right. So we got. Where's Mush? He's not here. Mush is not here. Big Cat will be back tomorrow, and he will possibly be on the show. Rico, I haven't heard from. Rico just shows up when he wants and claims it's part of his deal.
It's Tuesday. It's not his contract.
He was here the last Tuesday we did this show.
Only when he's not here on Mondays.
Okay, well, he wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah, but it didn't count.
What?
It's a government holiday.
Are you his lawyer?
I'm one of his guys. I'm here protecting the shield.
I will say shout out to Rico Will Wade on
No.
Bench Mob.
I will not
No,
shout
I
that out.
helped make that happen.
I will
so I'm-
not shout that out. I got a problem with that.
Okay.
I got a big problem with that.
Okay.
I appreciate that you hooked him up. I appreciate that you use your connections. But Rico goes after John Calipari, says he's dirty, he's a cheater. He says everything's about the kids. I mean, let's be honest, Ben. There's nobody who's been tied to more controversy than Will Wade at LSU. There's nobody that if you really dig into LSU, and they got a problem with this children's hospital thing. If you're for the kids and if you're against cheating, you don't interview Will Wade on your podcast, right?
Look, I got no, I'm not here to be the morally judgment of America. I was just glad to.
You are not, and you've never proclaimed to be.
No.
Rico has.
I have had some funny comparisons between the Ole Miss Freeze era and the Will Wade LSU era. There's like,
and Will Wade's still coaching. How much?
Funny.
Well, one could argue giving duffel bags of cash to 17-year-olds would be for the kids. I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying.
If there are stop doing the ding. Who's doing the ding?
You know, that was a good point.
If there are avenues and legitimate proof looking like that there was a booster that was taking money from a children's hospital fund and giving it to recruits.
Oh, is that? Oh, I was not. I was unaware of the. I was unaware of the
Dude
stealing.
was a big fan of mine in Baton Rouge.
I was not aware from the
Yeah.
from the thievery of children's hospitals. That would not be for the kids. That would counteract the kids.
Michael Dan Herder says, Brandon, every coach cheats. Will Wade's just doing what every blue blood does. Correct.
No, that's totally
That's true. No,
absolutely
true.
right. I have no problem with talking with Will Wade. However, if one of your stances is everything's for the kids and integrity is doing the right thing when nobody looks and all of this, and you talk about John Calipari that he's a cheater and you would never, and you interview Will Wade, that's a little hypocritical, don't we think?
One could make that argument for sure.
There's a huge feud in Baton Rouge with the guys with Dick Vitale because Vitale would come on Baton Rouge radio and just go after Will Wade. But like Coach K and all the Blue
Well, Dick
Boys
Vitale's a fucking idiot,
yeah,
too.
but it was just funny. This whole Will Wade thing's been a big.
Dick Vitale's an idiot, and don't ever listen to anything he says about anything because he's just he's a paid cheerleader for Duke and North Carolina and all those. So I agree. As a fan of college basketball and college football, if you ain't cheating, you're not keeping up.
And don't be a Dick Vitale.
Don't be a Dick Vitale, and don't act like some programs. Because boy, if we dug into Duke, I think we could find a lot.
I mean, Zion,
and it is what it is. I just think if you're gonna do the integrity shtick, maybe Will Wade's not the interview. Is this crazy?
I have no problem with interviewing Will Wade.
I have no problem with interviewing Will Wade.
No, I hear you.
I have a
I
problem.
have no problem with players getting paid. Frankly,
No, for sure.
I mean, they bring in millions of dollars to these universities.
Yeah, no, that's a whole different argument. I agree. I think they should be taken care of for their part in sports and everything. I love Rico, but I'm also not afraid to tell Rico sometimes, come on, what are we doing?
I've honestly, LSU is one of those. I feel like we should have saw this coming a little bit. I started noticing it when they started getting a bunch of kids from like Jersey and like New York. Like, what are they doing to go to play basketball at LSU?
Well, I mean, that's not unusual. Like SEC schools are gonna, they're gonna do what they need to do to get
No,
athletes.
for sure. But I'm just saying, when you start seeing things like that, where unusual,
We're like these
kids,
nationals,
like they're like a Jersey kid. Like I feel like it's not that like going to LSU is great school, great place. I'm sure to go to college. But it's interesting to see a kid. I know like they had. They've had a couple kids. I think Smart might be from up there, or Waters. They got a couple.
Waters was Smart.
Well, he's from Jersey. What was the Nas Reed was from Asbury Park?
Emmett Williams was from somewhere.
Like I feel like when you start bringing those kids like all down from kind of the same area, you kind of see it coming before it happens.
All right, so we will get to our picks in a little bit. I know that Big Ev is very, very hot right now. He is on a heater. He and Rico are both on heaters. I think they both went undefeated yesterday. You were 3-0. He was 2-0
yesterday.
We didn't lose, at least by not.
I didn't.
Taking a day off.
Yeah. I was traveling yesterday. I didn't get anything out there. I took the holiday. WW says, let's talk about Brandon's shirt. I mean, this is hot fire. This is liquid hot fire. Blades of Steel, NES. You don't know nothing about that, Big Ev? Come on, you know something about this. Nothing?
No.
I hate you infants here.
What does this have to do with? I see, obviously, it's hockey, but I'm.
Blades of Steel, 1987 pro hockey game on the Nintendo Entertainment System by Konami.
Okay, I was trying to place it. I didn't.
But that's, come on,
Blades
that's 7 years
of
before I was
Steel.
born.
Yeah, but I've watched Jaws. It was before I was born. I watched The Godfather. It was 7 years before I was born.
I've seen The Godfather.
Blades of Steel is the video game Godfather.
I was a little confused. I was thinking of the Blades of Glory, the Will Ferrell figure.
Chaz Michael Michaels.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking at first in my head.
Chaz Michael Michaels and Jimmy McElroy.
What's the movie
gotta
they do? It's like
rewatch
the Locust or something.
Oh, the Iron Lotus.
The Iron Lotus. That's what it is. The Iron Lotus.
That was
slicing people's necks off.
Yep. And Jenna Fisher was in that movie in lingerie. So
Wasn't she a sex addict?
was she?
Or one of them.
Yes.
Chaz Michael Michaels is a sex addict, right?
Yeah, he was. Boy, your hair looks ridiculous. I'm aware that my hair looks crazy today. I'm fine. Well, let's not address it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm doing what I can do.
Is there any chance of the NXT?
You know what? I don't care. My hair looks good, Ben.
I think your hair looks good.
My hair looks good, Big Ev.
Looks good.
I hope we're headed for a world where you get to be a heel wrestling manager because I think no one's been born for it more than you, Brandon.
You know what?
Walker. I think that you were literally, you were born for it.
I'm glad you brought that up. And yes, we're going to get to our 8-unit plays in just a minute.
Oh, man.
Oh, I have some thoughts on it.
Oh,
Anyway.
man.
We will have our Brandon looks like Mr. Incredible's regular person brother. That's pretty good. That's pretty funny. Double Dribble greater than Blades of Steel? No. Double Dribble is one of those nostalgia games that sounds better until you play it these days. It doesn't hold up nearly as well as Blades of Steel. Neither hold up that well, but Blades of Steel holds up better than Double Dribble. Anyway, I digress. I got to get back to what Mincy was talking about. So the way this all started was about I'm a longtime wrestling fan. When I got here at Barstool, though, I started doing college football and gambling, and that was my lane. But I noticed, Robbie Fox did the wrestling. They had a podcast a couple years ago, From the Top Rope, which was great. It was awesome. But there wasn't a current podcast about wrestling, so I was like, well, there's an opportunity. I could just do it. But it wasn't until like September I went on the Yak, and somebody said, what would you do if you weren't here? What would you like to do for a living if you weren't here? I said, I'd love to be a heel wrestling manager. I'd love to be Bobby the Brain Heenan. And independent wrestler Big Trouble Ben Bishop DMs me out of the blue and says, I can make that happen. You can be my manager. So I managed him in a couple shows. I went out on the road with him and managed him a couple shows, and it was just like a duck in water. It was perfect. And I knew I had to surround myself with this world. I had to get more in it, so I started wrestling. I will go back out on the road with Big Trouble Ben Bishop in April or May, I believe. I think we'll be possibly in the Kentucky area. So I am doing that heel manager stick. And
you're perfect. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, you were perfect with the hair, the cut, the promos, the attitude. You got it, dude.
So I bought the jacket, the loud jacket. I'm trying to go with the louder hair. I'm trying to work that way a little bit.
So does he play the heel?
Who?
Ben Bishop.
So
because I look at this guy, and he looks like a fucking superhero.
He's got that
devilishly handsome,
that movie star looking
and
face.
He's 6'9".
He's 6'11".
I mean, he's
6'11".
He's
I'm sorry.
I said it the second time I saw him. The first time I met him, how tall he was took away from how handsome he is. What a handsome man.
Oh, he's a.
I was checking him out. I was like, what a handsome man he is.
Gorgeous human being. Just absolutely beautiful man.
Incredibly, freakishly tall.
Yeah,
some would say.
and thick too. Like
built. Yes.
Well,
I might as well just suck his dick.
I was gonna say we've really gone far on this. We probably took that 2 minutes too far.
I think I've commented more on how good looking he is than any woman I have in the last month.
You're gonna be at home with your girl tonight. She's gonna be like, what do you want for dinner? I'll tell you, I don't care what we have for dinner. That Big Trouble Ben Bishop is something to look at.
I've taken her to dinner tonight to make up for Valentine's Day wedding.
Oh,
which I'm still.
Wait, didn't she go to the Valentine's
No,
Day
she
wedding?
did, but I'm taking her to dinner.
You turned it up on the dance floor?
Oh.
I feel like I said, I feel like Ev on the dance floor, man.
Wait till some of the photos, videos come out. I was having a time. I mean, it's one of those where, especially when you're in the groomsmen party, like the kid, I've been best friends with him since second grade. So, I mean, you start at his house taking pictures, you're doing mimosas, tequila shots at 10 a.m., and it kind of just doesn't stop. I'm still feeling it. My feet still hurt. I feel like I still lost my voice from just screaming all day. But
it's 2 days. It's 2 days later, though. You okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm still feeling the effects, but I'm back.
Did you hammered some alcohol?
Oh, you better believe it. I mean, the problem is there. It's like every type of alcohol because you're just getting stuff thrown at you. It's tequila shots and then vodka sodas,
double
and
vodka dime.
Beers, and we're doing twisted teas in the limo on the way down to the venue, and beers and just everything.
Let me ask you guys a question. Is Ben Simmons a bum?
Dude, I mean,
no,
absolutely
no.
not. Hell no.
Well, bum is no.
He comes out, throws a
He can't shoot.
What he's done, 42,
42, 12, and 9.
Without Joel Embiid against the team that's the hottest team in the NBA that's 18-2 the last 20 and 18-2 against the spread, which is literally like never even been heard of.
Look how
Ben Simmons is beat red.
Look how red
Hell
you're
yeah,
getting.
I don't like this hot takey shit.
That's okay. Just relax.
Mitz is fired up.
You're good at it. I like it. I like the red.
For a second, I was like, did Ben Simmons get traded to the Pelicans?
Yeah, he turned into a tomato all of a sudden.
No, I'm not. You know, you just if you're gonna go off on him, find a night he doesn't have 42, 10, and
Well,
9.
I think that's
pick
the troll job. But obviously, you're taking shots at the guy when he drops a 40-point triple-double.
I'd also like to add the list of guards that he's better than. I watch every Pelicans game, and if somehow Lonzo Ball is better than Ben Simmons at basketball, we're watching a completely different sport.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how that's even like. I mean, we must be watching something that I don't know. Maybe it's not basketball. I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got.
It's okay, man. I like this.
Oh, I
like that.
know. Like, the thing is, I've said this. Like, everybody's getting to know me. I'm a very positive dude. If I have something to go off on, it's probably worth listening to. Because, like, I don't do that often, you know. And I don't know. The Ben Simmons, I don't know. Find a better take.
I like this side of you.
I love it.
That's incredible. I would like to access this every single day if I could. I don't know what I'd have to insult Ole Miss every day, but I think you're even desensitized to that at this point. So I gotta find something.
I've been trying to be more ruthless on stage. You know, I'm trying. I've got to have a little more.
Yeah, but I mean, there's nothing. I mean, we're the People's University and we're class guys. There's nothing.
Great basketball team y'all got right now too.
Oh my God, I'm so ready for Ben Howland to get fired. James Kelly says Brandon looks like he drives a Subaru Forester, and I'm only reading it because he has typed it 19 times. It wasn't funny the first time, so I'm just reading it now so you'll stop saying it. It's ridiculous. You're in the YouTube comments, and that's. It looks like he drives a Subaru Forester. That's you're trying too hard at that point, and he's still.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I don't think a Forrester's a. I don't agree.
No,
you're too big to drive a Forester.
Too big. Yeah.
Way too big.
Yeah.
Too tall.
If anything, I look like a guy who drives a Jeep Wrangler way too often with the top off. Like I'm trying to drive like a 17-year-old with the top off all the time.
I was going to say
cool.
Someone maybe who drives a truck who you think it's way nicer than it actually is.
I like that. All right, so what else we got? Brandon looks like Zach Morris is. Okay, that's ridiculous.
I got one thing for Ev.
Zach Morris is like ugly dad.
No,
Ev, this Ohio State Buckeyes team.
Yo,
how
very good.
I mean,
I had a bone to pick with Rico to come in here because I saw him tweet. This was I think over the weekend. He tweeted. He was like, oh, like best team in the Big Ten. He goes Michigan or Illinois. Like Ohio State still hasn't done for me. I'm like. We played Illinois in Illinois and we beat them. Like, what more do we got to do? I mean, I'm excited. The Michigan-Ohio State game next weekend is going to be basically like for the current crown of who's the best team in the Big Ten right now. But I mean, I will give credit to them one time, Michigan, to come off the stretch that they had and beat Wisconsin after they hadn't played in 2 weeks. Was impressive.
I was on Wisconsin in the under on Sunday, and in the first half, Wisconsin was up 39-27 at half. You had to think Michigan's going to come out rusty after a few weeks off. And like Wisconsin's one of those teams that they're always tough as hell to beat at home. You can get them on the road because they kind of struggle to get to 60, 70 points sometimes. But, man, you go up and win in Madison, it's never easy, especially if you've been off a few weeks. I thought that was a huge win.
Now, they've had we have some great wins, too. That was a great win for them coming off that stretch and beat a team like that. But we've beaten pretty much every good team in the Big Ten. Like, we've beaten Illinois. We've beaten Wisconsin. We've beaten everybody. We've beaten literally everybody besides Purdue.
You know what I guess it is? It's I think I have a subconscious bias against Ohio State basketball because, and it's something you got to get over as a sports fan because Villanova had never won it until they won it, other than 1985. But Virginia hadn't won anything in a while until they won it. So I've just never, outside of the Mike Conley, Greg Oden years, I'm not used to Ohio State being a basketball power. So I don't ascribe, when I see them, I feel like they're fake, they're phony, even though nothing about this team is fake or phony. Does this make sense? No,
it does.
There are certain programs, like I'll tell you another one. Because their football program is so good, it is just unusual to believe in Alabama, the basketball program, because they don't really feel like they belong. But you don't have to belong on a Blue Bloods. You don't have to belong in that sense. You just have to be good this year.
I think what it is too is we're not a sexy team in the sense of we don't have anyone on the team.
But you can shoot. I mean,
we don't think we have anyone on the team that's probably going to go in the lottery at all at any point. But we have a ton of just good players. Like E.J. Liddell, stud. Dwayne Washington, stud. Justin Aarons has been he might be the best three-point shooter in all of college basketball right now. I mean, C.J. Walker off the bench as a sixth man has been unbelievable. Kyle Young is like the classic glue guy in the middle who he's always undersized, guarding these big guys, but he always holds his own. He's been playing way better offensively down the stretch, too. We have a real team. We go deep in the bench. We go 8-9 deep. Zed Key's been awesome. Michi Johnson, some young guys have been contributing. Like, we have a real team that I think can make a real run.
Dan from Long Island says mac and cheese is still not a Thanksgiving side, and I just had to read that because it makes me mad every time I see it.
Yeah, it's not true.
If you have Thanksgiving without mac and cheese, then you need to stop having Thanksgiving. Just why don't you go to Captain D's and get you some fish for Thanksgiving if you don't have mac and cheese on your table? What are we talking about here? Just because Marty Mush said that it's not a Thanksgiving side, that's ridiculous. It's a Thanksgiving. You weren't here for this.
Yeah, I was. And look, that's probably the second worst take I've heard of the day behind the Ben Simmons. Is worse than
Blake Harris says, "Stop reading the chat, Brandon." Why would we have the chat? Why would we have Why don't we have the show live on YouTube if I wasn't talking to you guys? I love reading comments. I love talking to you guys. I love seeing what you say. Most of you aren't funny, but neither am I. So it's not that big of a deal. So I am trying to read some chat. I'm always going to read the chat. I love Walk the Line. I love reading this stuff and going back and forth with everybody. So mac and cheese, not a Thanksgiving side, says Nicholas Wallach.
Anyone who doesn't have good mac and cheese at their Thanksgiving dinner,
I'm talking about the good with the baked mac and cheese.
Because that's what the people think. They're thinking you're just whipping up some fucking Kraft or Velveeta. No,
crust,
this is homemade. Someone in your family. For me, it's my grandfather makes it. Everyone's got that one person in your family that makes the special homemade mac and cheese for the Thanksgiving dinner. If you don't have it at your Thanksgiving dinner, I pity you.
You're talking about the thick layer of cheese on top. Oh my goodness! So I do real quick. TJ, you're from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Mac and cheese, Thanksgiving side.
Yeah, always.
Avery, you're from Jersey, right? Thanksgiving side. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, got it. Za, you're not from Jersey. What is Thanksgiving side?
No. Yeah, I guess.
All right.
He lives in Jersey.
Kobe, you're in Connecticut. Thanksgiving side.
I'd rather have chicken spaghetti than mac and cheese. But yeah, I'd say mac and cheese is.
You're a commenter. That's what you are. Right? Mac and cheese isn't made to be eaten on Thanksgiving. You people sound like your life sucks. That sounds miserable. What are you eating if you're not eating mac and cheese?
I'm in my fat. I'm thinking about all the Fat Tuesday stuff.
These are the kind of people that call sweet potatoes yams.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh my God. Okay.
Thinking about Gumbo Brothers trip in Brooklyn. People have been saying to me, I got to check it out for Louisiana food in New York. I think Doug's and me are headed out to Brooklyn to eat some gumbo and some.
Today?
For Fat Tuesday, yeah. We're thinking about heading out there this afternoon.
What time are you going?
I don't know, man. Sometime this afternoon. Doug's is leaving tomorrow, so let's go.
Let's just round up all the fat people in the office. I mean,
let's go. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's true. We'd have to take multiple.
I was going to say it's a lot of trips.
We'd have to take multiple Ubers. Just have a whole convoy going. What are these 9 cars doing? Is this a presidential motorcade? No, we're just going to get some gumbo. It's the fat guys from Barstool.
Go get beignets, Fat Tuesday.
Oh man, beignets! I haven't had beignets in a long time. Yeah, I guess is that the thing you miss the most, other than your family, the food in New Orleans or Louisiana, the South?
Yeah,
it's one of the things I miss the most.
Yeah, I'm missing crawfish. Well, it's a bad crawfish season because it's so cold down there now. But I'm like one of the people that during crawfish season I eat them 3 or 4 times a week. Like I can't eat enough of them, and so I'm missing that.
See, I don't really eat the crawfish. I've never been a crawfish boil guy. Sucking the brains out and all that. I don't get into that. I will eat a good crawfish tail appetizer. I'll eat a crawfish etouffee, stuff like that.
You like it as part of a dish. But
correct. I don't like it by itself. When you throw out the newspapers and you got the new potatoes and the corn and then
the aroma.
The aroma. I don't mind that, and I like eating the potatoes, but I don't really like. I'm very distracted right now.
I've always wanted to do that.
I am very distracted right now. If I'm
Pop Shot,
I got to tell you guys what's happening right now. They've built a Papa Shot in the lobby of Barstool Sports, and right now there's 2 guys just very poorly shooting.
Oh, awful! This is a
this
bad
is
display of shooting.
This is awful, and I'm very distracted right now because they're shooting and they completely suck at it. What's that?
No, just they can see it. They can see the people shoot.
Oh yeah, you're showing it right now.
I mean, we got a goose egg on the board. 30 seconds in.
Yeah, nothing's happening here. We're trying to do it, and there's a guy bringing.
Have they made a shot?
I think Bailey made 1 shot accidentally. Now he's going back and looking at the back of the board like that's something.
It's
wrong.
uneven.
Yeah.
Uneven rims.
All right, I got to get to that Papa Shot. That's all I want to see. Look at this. What are we doing? Bailey, shoot!
Great to be back in the office.
It's great.
You just can't put that in the lobby. And I mean, I have to play it.
I want to do some commentary. Would you go shoot a little bit and I'll do some commentary? I'll do
absolutely.
play-by-play?
Absolutely. Shoot right now?
Yeah, go.
I feel like Ev's probably got a pretty sweet shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. You seem like a guy that could bury some shots. I don't know. I got to feel it. He looks like a sleeper.
What's Za doing? Za's running out of the studio because Za wants to go.
I don't know.
What do we? Yeah, we need Ev to shoot. I'm gonna need Ev. Y'all get out of his way. All right. So Ev has. Pull up the pants, Ev. That was almost tragic. All right, here we go. So big Ev, he's got the ball.
In the backwards positive vibes only.
Yep. Here he goes. The wall looking like his back looking like the Great Wall of China here, and he's up and
decent form though.
0 for 2, 0 for 3. Oh my God, it's like my dating life. 0 for 4.
It's like me throwing the rings.
Oh no, we got one. He found it.
He
found it.
Here you go.
He found it. He's got it.
Oh. Ooh, a little
he
short.
lost it. He lost it. Oh.
He had 3 in a row though.
Oh my goodness, this is like
It's going south.
It's like his trips to Overeaters Anonymous. It just isn't working out. Okay.
Yeah, he had a little run there with the 3 in a row. You know?
It was fine. It was good. Tight rims. Tight rims.
Hey, you 3 in a row there. It just kind of went south after that.
I was complimenting you the whole time, brother. That was fantastic.
Really tight rims.
You still shot that a lot better than I threw the rings for surviving Barstool.
Yeah.
That was embarrassing.
You don't do well when it's tight. I've heard that. All right, so Brandon thinks he's the man. LMAO. That is correct. That is absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely going to lean into the heel stuff.
Dude, it's probably.
Yeah.
You're bored for it.
Of course.
Like, you're totally bored for it.
Oh, they do have. I got to tell him something, Big F. The nets are upside down.
Oh, they are upside down.
Oh.
All right. I got to tell you something.
So we have some controversy with the nets outside the goals.
Love you like a brother. The nets are upside down. The big part of the net goes on the rim. That's why it's so tight. The nets are upside down.
Yeah.
The nets are upside down.
I mean, that's why I missed all those shots. I mean,
correct.
If the net's on right, I'd probably make every single one.
It's not your fault.
It had nothing to do with the rim.
That bothers me.
Those are very tight rims.
There's
no shooter's roll.
There's no better feeling than putting a fresh net on a rim. Standing up there and you weave it through there and that first shot that goes through. Oh,
the
that's
best.
A
Honestly,
feeling.
the best.
What are you making that face for?
There's no better feeling than putting a net on a rim.
Well, I'm 41 years. I'm 41 years old. And my wife is disgusted by me. What better feeling do I have in my life right now? Maybe when the lasagna comes out. I don't know.
Boom. That's much better.
Lasagna coming out?
Anything.
I love a good fresh net on a rim. That's not crazy. I love opening a can of tennis balls and smelling them.
Boom. Much better.
That's not much better.
How often have you put nets on rims?
All the time.
Bullshit.
I'm the best shooter in the office. I scorch rims all the time. I scorch nets all the time. Come on. It's a great feeling. I put 8 units on that feeling.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. 8 units. And then
boy.
But I wouldn't tell y'all until after. Way after.
No, of course not.
Because why would you?
This falls under the I used to call bluffs for a living thing. You know, yeah, I really do not believe.
Connor Patterson says chicken spaghetti sounds horrible. Well, you sound like you live a miserable life because chicken spaghetti is delicious.
What kind of chicken?
Just chicken.
It's a southern dish, I'm assuming?
Yeah, but it's kind of casserole.
What it is chicken tetrazzini. And we add some ingredients. You'll have the Rotel tomatoes in there. You'll have the cheese on top. Some do it on the stovetop. Some do it baked. Most people do it baked. My mom did it on the stovetop. So, because my mom, we couldn't afford an oven. Brandon, let's get some picks. You got NHL picks today with the beautiful shirt you got on. That is I probably should have.
You got to come up with one. You got to have one.
Yeah, I got to.
Can't wear a hockey shirt and have no NHL picks.
I didn't realize I was wearing the hockey shirt. I just picked a shirt. I'm now so deep in my shirt collection that I'm recycling. Like, I haven't worn this shirt in a year and a half. So, but nobody here has seen this shirt. So.
Can we get like a pic of your closet with all the shirts at some point? I feel like it's got to be.
I'm at about 450.
Wow.
It's a lot. I'm up to my dressers can hold about 100 apiece. So I have 4.5 dressers right now.
Of just T-shirts?
Yeah.
So where does your wife put her clothes?
What? My wife's not allowed to have clothes. My wife's naked 24/7.
That would seem uncomfortable for the kids, huh?
Oh, kids don't live with us.
That's awkward.
It's rough.
This is awkward.
This is the show went weird. No, she has her own dressers and her own clothes and her own stuff. Okay, I got a pick. I do have a hockey pick. I'm gonna add it because it's just been given to me by my hockey guy. I got an ice guy. You got an ice guy?
I got Mr. Ice.
I got a guy DMing me hockey picks.
You got an ice guy? I got an ice guy. We'll see how my ice guy does. Connor Patterson says, you have a solid shirt collection. I'll give that to you, Brandon. Well, I don't care what you give me. I just take what I need anyway. Brandon Walker.
He's just like, Brendan, you're the fucking worst, but good T-shirts.
Good T-shirts.
Damn good T-shirts.
I
even though
hate you.
fucking hate your guts.
Yeah, you man-tittied bastard. But, boy, do I respect your T-shirts. Shut up. Brandon ever shot on a chain metal net? Yes. Love
That's actually what I was going to bring up. That sound is nothing like it.
That sounds great.
That's a special sound, I think.
Yeah, but
because I think it's especially at this point, it's rare to me.
The old street
So
ball.
I think it's when you get one, it's very refreshing.
when you're a high flyer like me, though, you get your fingers caught in that net, it can really hurt.
Did you ever dunk? You had to be able to. At some point in your life.
Big F, you're talking to the 1997 West Point High School Slam Dunk champion.
Were you just the only
Please
one
tell
that
me
could
there's
dunk?
footage.
I'm trying to unearth the footage right now. No, I wasn't the only one that could dunk. Dwayne Jefferson played in Greece for 12 years, and I beat him in the dunk contest. You're going to tell me Dwayne Jefferson couldn't dunk? He was 6'3" and played at Mississippi Valley State.
Well,
Dwayne
my
Jefferson
thing
was
is,
don't you besmirch Dwayne Jefferson around me.
I didn't say a word about Dwayne Jefferson. I don't even know who the fuck he is.
Oh, he played in Greece for 12 years.
God bless him. Glad he had a great overseas career.
Great overseas career.
Because my thing is, if you're 6'5" and you can never dunk, you're just big for nothing.
Well, no, I could dunk, though.
But I'm saying, no, if
I could
you
do
were
everything.
able
I
to
could
dunk,
reverse dunk, I
then
could 360 dunk, I could do it all.
360.
I don't know if I'm buying 360. I'll give you a reverse maybe. 360, I don't know.
I swear to God, I'll call somebody right now. I won't even.
Yeah, but I mean, I could call my best friend right now. He'd tell you I could dunk too. He'd tell you I go between
I
the
don't have
legs.
any friends that would
That's
say
not my
would
best
vouch for
friend.
me
I have a
dunking.
million friends that'll lie for me.
You don't have a million friends that'll lie for you.
I probably have.
You have a million people that would lie for you.
I'd say I probably have. I think I have over 20 people that I could call and just say like, "Oh yeah, I did that, right?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, of course you did."
Brandon, I'm worried about Marty. Did he have to get a second job? No, Marty got fired this morning. It'll be on Stool Scenes Friday. So, I'm actually not supposed to talk about it, so never mind. Powerhouse School, Mississippi Valley State. You get a fucking scholarship to play basketball. It's a scholarship to play basketball, and we're
That's
not
a
going to
fact.
besmirch Dwayne Jefferson. All right, he scored 24 points against Mateen Cleaves in Michigan State. Okay, it's not
Where'd he go to college?
Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi Valley State.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I can't believe Brandon wore his LeBrons on NXT. Big Cat wannabe. How is that a Big Cat wannabe?
I don't think I've ever.
You
seen
tell
him
me
wear
how
LeBrons.
me wearing LeBrons is a Big Cat wannabe.
I would say you wearing the ones would be more Big Cat wannabe.
Yeah, I wore my LeBrons. I bought.
No,
yeah.
no, I'm saying your ones.
Yeah, but I wore my LeBrons, so I'm not being a Big Cat wannabe. I wore my own style. Nobody else has LeBrons here.
Yeah, because I'm not crazy about LeBrons.
I like these, the white ones with all the colors on them.
Okay. I'm not crazy about the ones you're wearing right now.
I don't care what you're crazy about.
That's fine.
You show them on cam, Brandon?
Well, these are my ones I wear a lot.
You need to get a new one because these are.
I know. It's time to get. I've worn these a lot. It's time to get some new ones. So I'm going to get some. You know
You
what?
should get some of the. You should get like the original, like the Bulls colors ones.
Well, I'm not big. I don't have Big Cat money. I have Bulls colors ones. I don't wear them a lot.
No, but I'm saying
I have the red and black.
you can get some ones for like $200, $150 somewhere. They don't have to be like the ones, but just a color, just a colorway of ones.
Yeah, I hate the term colorway. That's a weird way to say just a design of a shoe. Why do you say? Why do they say colorway?
Just the colorway. It's the colorway of the shoe.
I know, but you don't say colorway of a car. Why is it always just a shoe?
Because there's multiple colors.
Oh, I like the
sometimes.
I like the colorway of that shirt. I like the colorway of those cookies. No, we just say colorway for shoes and shoes only. Why?
No. You say colorway with clothes. Rappers say it'd be like Virgil to send me a whole different colorway.
What? Say that again.
Virgil.
Oh, Virgil. Yeah.
Virgil Abloh.
The
Big-
guy that was
big-
with the $1 Million Man.
Big time designer. Big time clothing designer.
Okay.
I'm putting you up on game right now.
You put me up on game.
Yes.
Oh, I like to be put up on game.
Virgil Abloh.
I'm being put up on game.
This
man.
is big time like cool guy clothes.
All right.
Like the shit that rappers wear, like V-Lone, V-Lone.
So I showed up today. Didn't know I was going to get put up on game, but here I am.
There you are, Virgil Abloh.
You never know what's going to happen.
Like Off-White, you know Off-White? You heard of Off-White?
What? Off-White.
Yes. Like you ever seen the shoes where they have the little they always have little, you see like they got Air Max. They got now they have Off-Whites and a bunch of different stuff now, but you ever see the shoes, the cool guy shoes that have a little like orange tag almost hanging off it, but you keep it there to be cool?
No.
You're not even cool enough to have seen this stuff, Brandon?
They
I
look
feel
bad.
like y'all are speaking a totally different language, and I have no idea what's going
Like
on.
who are off like
What colorway are we talking?
like Hank, like I would like Hank or Liam probably own Off-Whites. Like Rhea, like people that dress cool.
Okay, hold on. We got a question. Mike Hochberg. This is such a northerner question. I can just tell he's from the north. He says, "What's the difference between gumbo and jambalaya? What's better?" I mean, my God.
Gumbo is more soup based. You got the roux. The
Yeah.
jambalaya is
More rice-based.
Rice based. I mean, you put rice in gumbo, but it's not soupy.
The rice gets overwhelmed by the gumbo. The rice enhances the gumbo a little bit. It's a gumbo dish with rice in it,
Yes.
but jambalaya is kind of made by the rice.
Yeah,
Made by the-
it's just gumbo's a soup.
Gumbo's a soup.
Yeah.
Oh my God, gumbo.
I'm looking forward to some
Both
gumbo.
are great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some gumbo today. That's
God.
gonna make me feel though.
I would love to go to that trip. I have to work because I have
Because you have a million.
I have 11
and I
shows.
saw you at Top Dogs coming out.
Yeah,
I-
it's just
oh, my bad. Fair
it's
enough.
not something make that a big deal here.
All right.
That's going to be a little side project. I'm just helping Jake Mangum launch and get going, and then we'll go from there.
Fair enough.
And I know you're a little jealous because I'm getting in the college baseball space a little bit.
I'm actually beyond ecstatic about that. And I've annoyed Brandon. I mean, just for transparency, I think I've annoyed Brandon like 4 times since I've been hired in the last 3 months about, hey, man, we got to get into this college baseball.
He's a huge college baseball guy. Wants to start some college baseball content at Barstool. I don't think there's an audience for college baseball. He does, which you can disagree or agree.
I'm going to start tweeting
In
just
the
for people that are following me. I'm going to tweet about it a little bit the next couple weeks at the start this weekend and just track if people give a shit or not. And if I get a lot of interactions, then maybe we move forward.
Mike D5588 says etouffee or get out. I would go gumbo, etouffee, jambalaya. That would be my ranking.
I think that's fair. I mean, they're all really, really good. It
They're
depends
all
on
really
how.
good.
Sometimes like etouffee and jambalaya, just make sure they're not too dry.
I feel like with jambalaya, it's easier to have a bad jambalaya than it is have a bad gumbo.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
If a place has gumbo on the menu because it takes so much effort to make it with the roux and
It's got to be dark too.
It's got to be dark.
It's got to be
If
dark.
a place
That's how
has
you
gumbo
judge if
on
it's
the
real or
menu
not.
and they've been able to survive and have gumbo on the menu, it's probably pretty good.
Mhm.
Like Starkville Obies has a great gumbo.
I've had that. It's good.
Yeah, and Oxford has one as well.
Mhm.
It's not as good because
No, the Oxford one I wasn't impressed by. But no, you got me thinking about this Fat Tuesday. I have to get king cake. I got a king cake at the house too. We had a friend leave us a king cake the other day.
What's your thoughts on the tournament in Dallas, Mincy? Says Tyler Craps.
Fired up. They moved it back to Saturday through Monday, but 6 of the top 10 teams in college baseball are playing a showcase this weekend. 3 from the SEC, and I think it's Ole Miss, Arkansas, LSU, TCU,
No,
Texas.
we're in it.
No, y'all are my bad.
What the fuck?
Dude, y'all are really good at baseball.
I know that, but we're in the tournament with
Okay,
you.
I don't know why I thought that. I apologize. I've been following the Ole Miss thing.
Okay.
But good state. I saw Ole Miss and State are the top 2 ranked teams in the SEC West.
Brandon, what's your third most popular sport behind NFL and college football? In America or mine? What is my? So my favorite sport is college football. I would go probably pro football behind that, and I would go NBA behind that, and college basketball behind that.
In terms of American popularity?
In terms of what I like.
So you like pro basketball more than the Braves? I know you like the Braves a little bit.
I don't care about baseball.
Okay.
I will watch the Braves and baseball. It's just I think the season's too long, and I just it's just boring for me to watch. I love the history of baseball and I love all that. I'm just not baseball's target audience. I don't know why. Brandon, if you were in WWE, who from Barstool would be your tag team partner? Would it be Rico? Who would be it'd probably be Mush, right?
I think so.
I feel like he's my tag team partner here. He's
Yeah.
one of them, so it would be him. I don't know. All right, what else we got? We got picks to get to. Oh, we had one more thing I wanted to talk about. Bill Gates says rich nations should move away from beef and eat synthetic beef only. Rich nations. To which I say, Bill Gates, you go fuck yourself. That's what I say to that.
He said we should move away from what to what?
So
Certain meats?
stop eating real meat and start
like Impossible, like the
start
vegan
eating
Impossible stuff.
synthetic
Oh.
beef.
So like Impossible
That
Burger.
sounds like a horrible idea.
Base-
I don't think there's anything I've heard in the last, maybe my life, that I've been more against.
Baseball is a high IQ sport, says Keogh, Tennessee. Yeah. Baseball produced Jose Canseco. That's my answer to that. Can you and Mush go on another road trip together and film it? Yeah. I don't mind baseball. You just asked me what were my top, and it's not in my top 5. I will watch baseball. I like watching baseball from a highlight perspective more than I like watching games.
See, baseball is just so regional. Like, I love watching the Yankees, but see, when there's only baseball, I buy the MLB package. I'll be gambling, watching 2 games at a time.
Gambling on
but-
baseball is good though. I like bet. If I can get into baseball when I'm doing like the 4 and 5 team parlays with the money line, you can. That's what makes it entertaining night after night to me, and that's why college baseball needs lines. But that's a whole nother.
Taylor Bean says college baseball podcast for sure.
Look, I'm for. The thing about it, I'll just share this up. It's such a regional thing, but like Mississippi State's fan base, so die hard, 12 or 13K for SEC games. Ole Miss fan base, same. LSU, same. Arkansas, same. And then the rest of the SEC cares.
A&M as well.
Yeah, the rest
Isn't
of the
South
SEC cares.
Carolina big too?
Oh, yeah. And then the whole state of Texas cares. Like, literally. Like, the state of Texas, University of Texas, great. Baylor, great. Texas Tech, great. It's just a regional. It's Texas, the SEC, and some ACC and Florida. But then that's it. Like, California has some good teams, but they have 700 fans in the stands. They don't give a crap.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I, focused on it and did, like, an SEC-based one where the fans care, I think it could do well. But I'm just talking out loud. So I'm probably sharing.
Well, that's the only way to talk.
Yeah, I'm probably sharing too much, but I'm curious. I will say this. Y'all follow me at Barstool Mitzi on Twitter. I am going to tweet about college baseball, and gauging by the interactions I get will be whether I try to push for moving forward. So
What about J.J. Watt? Might want to go to the Browns.
I figured he'd go to Pittsburgh to join his brothers.
I honestly thought Green Bay would have been the
Yeah,
would have
too.
been that would have been my number one for him.
Wouldn't it be weird for J.J. Watt to go to the Browns? I mean, they're a rival, division rival of Pittsburgh, which is where his brother's at.
Yeah, that would be wild. The thing is the Pittsburgh thing makes so much sense because he can still be a 3-4 DN to take space up. He's not an edge rusher, like outside linebacker 3-4 type, but he can be a 3-4 DN still and free up space for TJ behind him. I mean, I feel like he fits in that scheme so well.
B-Walk, do you have any thoughts, says Mark Henry, about – that's Mark in Philly, I believe. Do you have any thoughts about Peter Rosenberg? Did he DM you after you were way better than him? I have no thoughts on Peter Rosenberg, none whatsoever, and thank you for asking the question. All right, so we can get to picks, and then we'll circle back to any sports conversations that the guys on YouTube want to have. And certainly, if you're out there listening, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching Pick Central as we talk about gambling on a daily basis. So I will update you last week before we had to go because Big Cat had COVID and we couldn't be in the radio studio. We are now back. Everybody's cleared. Everybody's tested negative. Big Ev is back. I am back. Everybody is back. Before we left you, though, Pick Central was in a bad way. We were struggling. We were not doing well, and we just had bad records. But Big Ev is hot. He is now 43-39-2 in the month of February. He is up 0.6 units. So he has gone from down units. He is now up units. He's the only guy on the show up units. But we're all trending that way.
Except for I went 6-4 Sunday.
Rico Bosco is in second. He is 24-25-1. He's down 1.8 units. I am third, 27-33. I am down 9.25 units in February, and I feel it. That's super. That's all the Super Bowl too. I can't recover from the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I just keep going 3-3, 5-5, 2-2. I can't cover. I'm just losing juice every night. Marty Mush 15-23-2. He's down 10 units. Big Cat 30-39, down 12.48 units. And in last place, Ben Memphis
Easily last.
44-59, down 20.9 units.
I tried to go high volume and went 2-8 on Friday.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, because I remember you were saying I went 3-3, 5-5 midweek. And then I just got torched Friday. I did bounce back 6-4 Sunday, but I've been transparent from day one. I will continue to put basketball picks out here day to day. If you want to make money, you probably don't want to take them.
I have some advice for you. Drop 8 units on a play.
Look, I try to keep it realistic. Hey, I keep it. I'm a real gambler.
Here's what you should do. Wait till the end of the third quarter of a game, then put 8 units on it. On the original line.
Yes.
Maybe I'll try that.
I don't think you can lose.
Can't lose bet.
8? How do you get to 8 units?
It sounded like the time before I got here when Kareem had all the units on the thing.
Well,
that's just so unreal. Like, look, don't get me
whale
wrong.
Plays. Vegas Dave, 360 units, money line.
I own everything when I lose, but I mean, I'm a real gambler, at least. Like, you can tell what's real, what's not.
Why won't they fix the nets?
You can tell,
Why won't they fix the nets? The nets are upside down. It doesn't look. They gotta fix the nets, Big F.
See, they look like saggy titties.
And we've got enough of those on this show.
Too many. One would say too many. Some would.
And one would be right. I think all would say that.
Yeah.
I just don't know why they won't fix
look like a 65-year-old woman who had like D's at one point. I guess they're still D's, but shaped very differently.
They're D minuses at that point.
Yes.
So what else do I want to talk about? There was a question I saw. I didn't see who asked it, but somebody said, who is QB? I'll get to you, Ben. Somebody said, who is QB2 in the draft? So it does seem like that's
a hot topic.
That's a hot topic. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is QB1, so it's either Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, or Trey Lance.
It seems to me like Zach Wilson now, with all these guys that put out mock drafts, has become kind of the guy. And everyone with me, if you want to take
But
Zach
is he
Wilson,
good enough for QB2 to go number 2 to the Jets?
I don't like him that much personally. I'm someone who if you want to take Wilson over Justin Fields, I think that's fine. I think if you want to take Trey Lance over Fields, I think you're crazy. I just don't see what Trey Lance has done for you to want to draft this guy in the top 5-10 of the draft. I don't.
Trey Lance played one game this
against
year.
Central Arkansas, and he didn't even look that good against Central Arkansas. I just don't understand. If you want to say Fields had some off games against Indiana or Northwestern when he hurt his thumb on his throwing hand, that's fine. But, don't sit here and blow smoke with Trey Lance. Who the fuck is this guy? I get he played with North Dakota State. I get they had a quarterback there who was good, sorta, for a season or two. I don't think that really matters because that's even the big knock with Fields is the Ohio State thing. Every single school didn't have a good quarterback come from there until they did.
Right.
I don't see the
Joe Burrow, LSU.
you can
I
say
don't
that literally
care.
everywhere.
I don't care about Ohio State's history in the draft. If the guy currently coming out is good, then the guy currently coming out is good. I don't care about your quarterback history. I don't care about any of that. He's right. LSU had nothing at quarterback for 20 years. Joe Burrow has the greatest season in the history of college football and is number 1 pick.
That's also the same logic that when Patrick Mahomes came out in the draft, everybody just said, "Oh, it's Texas Tech. All their quarterbacks put up big numbers. He's a system guy, and that's why he didn't go number 1."
There's no school that consistently puts out good quarterbacks. The only one you could say maybe, and a lot
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. They're still all up for debate. Baker, Kyler, these guys, they still have a lot to prove.
I think oddly Cal has a great quarterback history of in the NFL.
But even them, the only one that you can say now that really had long-term success, there's still, obviously Goff is still wait and see a little bit right now. But Rodgers is the only, who else?
God, somebody obvious, and it's just sitting on my brain, and I can't do it.
I'm trying to think Cal quarterbacks.
Just think of Rodgers.
Because you have Rodgers, Goff. Davis Webb stunk. He was a 3rd-round pick, but Giants, he stunk.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to some picks. Big Ev gets to go first. I don't know how many picks he's got. We haven't discussed that. How many picks you got?
I think I have 6 or 7. I have 6.
Okay, so you're running it out there. You're not being shy.
No, because see, my thing is I want that board. I don't want obviously one. If you're negative, you're not getting one. But it's way too early to be slow playing this thing up 0.6 units. Anyone can have one day where you go 7-0, 7-1.
I'm going to need a few of those days, but
you're back. So NBA picks. I got a couple NBA picks, a few college. I am going against the Pelicans on Fat Tuesday. I'm going to be honest.
They're 4-10 on the road. I see the logic.
In my analysis, I did not factor that in. But I did see also today that the Barstool Sports books, it was a great tweet. I think it was today or yesterday. The Grizzlies over the last decade have been the best moneyline team in all of sports.
Really?
All of sports. They're a pick 'em today at home against the Pelicans. Give me the Grizzlies. Then I also like the Suns -4 against the Nets.
Suns are playing really well right now.
Suns are
hot.
They're that team that they've just been good to me betting wise all year, so I'll just keep going back to them. Then I got Florida +4. I got Michigan State +6. I think big bounce back spot after getting their doors blown out by Iowa. I got Mizzou -3.5, also kind of a bounce back spot after a letdown against Arkansas. And I got Xavier +1.5.
So, all right, it's Rico Bosco is in second place. I will read his picks. He's got Providence, UConn under 133. I don't hate that. That's it's going to be a war. And Arkansas -5 against Florida, which I have a different number on that. I don't know why he's got -5.
I've seen 4.5.
I've seen 4. He's got Florida +4.
Yeah, I took it early. I did see it went up to 4.5. I locked in at 4.
I got Arkansas -4. I locked mine in at 10 a.m. So I've got Nuggets money line tonight. They're on the road at the Celtics. I just like the Nuggets to win that basketball game. Lakers T-Wolves over. No. Let me look. Under. That's a U, TJ. We made the graphic wrong. That's okay. Actually, when I wrote it, I could see where you think that's a no. That's my fault. I sent you a picture of my writing, and I see where you think that's no. It's actually under 223. That is a U. So I've got Lakers Wolves under 223 tonight. Suns -4.5 against the Nets. I got Providence +5.5 against UConn. Purdue -5.5 against Michigan State. My favorite pick is Arkansas -4 against Florida. Arkansas is a team that is they're red hot. They're good. They've just snuck into the top 25. But I think they're better than that. When you talk about the SEC this year, all the conversation has been about Alabama. It's been about Tennessee. And Missouri. I think Arkansas deserves to be in that conversation 100%. Not that the SEC really has a good team, but if you're talking about the best teams in the SEC, Arkansas needs to be on your tongue because they're really good. And the must bus is I'm going to go ahead and say I think he might be the best coach
He's
in
really
the
good.
SEC. The Musbus or Nate Oates. Those are the two best coaches. And I know Rick Barnes has done great things at Tennessee, but Rick Barnes has shown that he can get to here, but can't really get to here. I think Musbus at Arkansas could possibly get that program back to here where they were back in the 90s.
Arkansas's got a really good home court.
Really good
That's
home
true.
court, and I got Mizzou -3.5 on the road against Georgia. I love something about SEC basketball that just makes me feel more comfortable betting on. I guess it's just my familiarity with the schools and the teams. But I do love to. I feel sharp when I pick an SEC basketball game.
You've been following it for a while.
I haven't followed. Yeah, I'm just.
I feel
trained
more
to
confident with it too.
Yeah.
Knowing the home court edges and there's just certain stuff that you kind of figure out. Ev knows it about the Big Ten.
Marty, who was fired this morning, you'll see it on Stool Scenes, is not here. But I will give his picks just in case he gets hired back before tomorrow. He's got Georgia +3.5 going against me there. He's got Oklahoma State -11, Florida +4 going against me there, and Michigan State +6 going against me there. So he's got the opposite on 75% of his picks of me. So that's really not a terrible idea on his part. And Ben Mintz, have you given your picks yet?
I have not. I have Purdue with you, Mr. Walker, going against Michigan State. I've got Oklahoma State -10.5 against Iowa. I think Iowa State may have packed it in here. They're really, really struggling. Illinois by 12.5 at home over Northwestern. And then NBA, I mean, it's a homer pick, but it's Fat Tuesday. Can't go against the Pelicans, even with the 4-10 road record. They have been doing really well. They've won, I believe, 5 or 6 in a row against Memphis, though. They've been matching up good with Memphis lately. A lot of that had to do with Drew Holiday, though, I think. Milwaukee by 6 at home against Toronto. Minnesota, I'm taking them as a 6.5-point dog against the Lakers. AD going to be out a while now. Lakers kind of been going through the motions, playing real ugly lately with the overtime wins over the Thunder and Pistons. And then I'm riding the Phoenix Suns by 4.5. No Kevin Durant tonight for the Nets. They still have Kyrie and Harden, but Phoenix is hot right now, man. They're playing really well. I know a lot more than I should about them because I live with Playboy Marty and we watch all the package and watch all their games. But it seems like they're playing very excellent basketball right now.
Couple things to say before we get out of here. First of all, I forgot my hockey pick. My hockey guy texted it to me during the show, and I trust him with my life. Kings Wild over 5.5. Kings Wild over 5.5. That is my hockey play, so add that to my card, please. My official card, I now have 8 plays because I got to get a little bit more active in hockey. What was the last thing I was going to talk about, Big F? It was right on the tip of my tongue.
There was something about Pick Central you were going to mention.
No. I had to give a plug. Thank you very much. I had to give a Barstool plug. The Dozen, our trivia show that Jeff DeLoe hosts. Jeff DeLoe is one of the best things we got, one of the hardest workers we got. And The Dozen is one of the best shows we have. I'm lucky enough to be on it usually once a week. So I'm on it today. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it was me and PFT, our 2-man team. We're going to be adding a third soon, against the team of Marty Mush, Evan Longoria from the San Francisco Giants, and Orlando Magic star Terrence Ross. What a team.
Only in America.
Only in America. Marty Mush, Evan Longoria, and Terrence Ross. And I got to tell you, Evan and Terrence were very sharp. They were a formidable opponent. Marty was also there. He was also on the show.
I'm looking forward to watching
Please
it.
go watch it. It's on YouTube. It's on Barstool's site. It's wherever. Also, please watch out later. I have my behind-the-scenes video dropping of my trip to NXT. Put a lot of care into that, so check it out. Ari, my producer, did a great job.
He crushes.
He's great.
He crushes.
He's great. Nobody loves their producers more than me. Nobody's nicer to their producers more than me. And we had a great time. What else? Terrence Ross is not a star? Okay, semantics. Well, shut up.
He scored 50 in a game once.
Shut up, you idiot.
Scored
Terrence Ross is not a star. Suck my dick. How about that? Let my dick be a star for you, ugly fuck. Oh.
Fuck yeah.
Was I supposed to stop cussing? A little late now? Yes? No?
You're fine.
I'm fine?
No.
Okay, good. Because I apologize for telling 17 Clipper to suck my fucking dick. I apologize for that.
As long as you apologize.
17 Clipper.
I am not going to tell 17 Clipper to suck my motherfucking dick again. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stop. I'm going to get away from that.
Be the bigger man, Brandon.
I am. And you know what a smaller man would do? Would tell 17 Clipper to suck his fucking dick.
Not you, though.
But not you.
me. No,
Not
you.
Brandon.
No,
Brandon
no.
fucking Walker
No,
would
I'm class.
never do that.
No, I'm a class guy.
Never, ever, ever.
Could you imagine if I did that, though?
No. Imagine you telling 70 Clipper to suck your dick. No
Yeah.
fucking way.
Just
no way.
pretend my dick has 8 units on the tip of it. All right?
Is this late third quarter?
Late third quarter. All right. Oh, what do we got? Where are we at? I was blacked out for a second. Don't shoot on that. The nets are upside down. I hate I hate those Nets.
I do want to clarify. So that if for people following Pick Central every day, it's on the Barstool Sportsbook. We're on YouTube, on the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube channel, on Facebook. How else do we follow it every day?
I think it's on Periscope, but it's everywhere. Yeah,
Okay.
but the best place is on YouTube. That's where we are right now, and we'll talk off the air about some other updates. All right, I am Brandon Walker. Fun to talk sports for an hour. That's Big Ev.
Happy Fat Tuesday.
That's been Mince. Happy Fat Tuesday from 3 Fat Guys.